good to be back in a game week. It was really good timing for our bye. I felt like we used it wisely to heal up, look at all areas that we needed to improve on, and continue to build on the things we were doing well. So it really came at a good time. Our players really seem fresh and recharged and ready to go. Looking forward to getting back on the practice field this afternoon, ready for another big night. Really looking forward to the challenge of playing Mississippi State and being at home for a night game. Should be a beautiful weekend, and really looking forward to this game.
While during the bye week, you have more time to do things that you don't have time to do when you have games to prepare for. In this time, what have you learned about your ball club that you hadn't had time to discover?
Well, we went back and looked at all areas, things that we needed to improve on. And, you know, we had been doing that, as you know. We looked at that throughout this season because of the areas where we were falling short. We had already been dissecting that pretty good. So we continued to work on the areas of weakness for us and, again, build on the things that we're doing well. And so I'm not going to get into exact specifics what we did, but we did a lot of work, and we got better. We had some really good physical practice last week and also had the weekend to freshen up without playing the game. That just helps with the wear and tear on our players' bodies.
Any update on Drew?
Yeah. You know, the update is it's about the same. You know, no big jump one way or the other. So, got to.
This year?
Not going to rule it out yet, so I'm not ready to make that decision, or you know, the doctors aren't ready to make that decision.
It's still probably no surgery, which is as far as we know at this point.
I'm not at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I will let you know. Obviously, if that's the avenue that we move towards, I'll certainly let you know.
It was about this time last year that Beatty and Edwards and those guys started sort of elevating the play and moving into getting more playing time. Do you see guys making jumps like that this year or anything?
I think, you know, we've obviously talked about it quite a bit, but defensively, certainly a lot of those guys with the inexperience are getting better. And the practice time was really good for us because not only, you know, when you're game planning so much, you feel the pressure of working all these scenarios, and sometimes it's really good just to go back out with young guys and fundamentally really work them to get them better. And you know, the game time, the experience helps just because they're always seeing new things, and the game moves so fast. So you know, again, it's a combination of things, of experience and seeing the plays during games, but also fundamentally just working hard because, you know, that area just, it's hard for us when you're game planning so much and you're playing offenses that are so multiple. You know, you have to find that time to continue to develop guys.
How happy are you not to see that?
Well, I caught about 10 minutes of that game in Lambeau yesterday, so and definitely we talked about it. I just had such great respect for him, and have such great respect for him. Playing him, I always felt like he was so underrated. You know, and I talked a lot about that in this press conference last year. I think I said he should be a Heisman Trophy candidate, and I think most people laughed at me, but I just had great respect for him. I knew what he was doing for that team.
How different are they without him?
Well, they're still very hard to defend. They've always been multiple. Coach Mullen, he's always been difficult to defend because of the things that we constantly talk about with the quarterback run game and the pressure that they put on and the stress that it gives defenses with the quarterback running the football and spreading you out and still have playmakers across the board.
What do you see from Fitzgerald?
Just a guy that's big and strong and can definitely throw the ball and can run it. So it's just reps and getting more and more comfortable.
Mark, were you guys able to sort of rebuild Stevens' confidence in his passing?
I hope so. We had a good week, and he looked good and he looked sharp, and you know, mentally had a weekend to decompress for a moment and take a step back and recharge a little bit. So anxious for another good week of practice and see how we move forward.
Mark, as a team, as a group, are they a lot more confident since you're tasting success? Do you feel a different balance in this?
I do. I definitely believe our players realize just by taking a step back and watching a Saturday, which, you know, we don't get a chance to do a lot, and just sit back and watch all the football games and the football teams, and you realize, you know, that a lot of people's margin for error is very small, and every week on any given Saturday things go different ways, and I think they realize some of the good things that we have done, and not, you know, not just with coaches and with everybody constantly harping on, you know, the things that we need to improve on, that we do some things well, and we need to continue to build on that. And they realize that we have a good opportunity if we continue to progress, if we continue to get better.
So right now you feel really good about your team?
I feel better. I do. I feel good. You know, we feel like you know, we're at the break. We had a good bye, and we're ready for the last half of the season, starting with Mississippi State. But I feel like you know, our players and our coaches are in you know, we know that everything has to be earned, and everything has to be, you have to continue to work at it, but we're up for that challenge and excited for this week.
Like you said, with kind of the margin of error, especially kind of in the East right now where everyone seems to be beating everyone and it seems really open, is that kind of motivating for you all to know that you're kind of right in the thick of things?
You know, it won't be if you don't take care of this week, you know, really, and you can't look that far ahead, and so we're really focused on this week. But I think our players do realize that if we continue to take care of our business, then we'll have a good opportunity this week. And it's just week to week, and that's where our focus needs to be. And you know, to dissect it even more is, what are we going to do today? You know, how are we going to work today to prepare ourselves for this Saturday?
Daniel moved up to De Niro's spot. Do you anticipate him coming back this season?
Not right now. He's got an injury that he'll be out for a couple weeks, so.